In today's video, 3 essential skills for experienced instructional coaches. Hello, coaches! Welcome back to another episode of Coach Better Quick Tips. My name is Kim Capino, and I have worked with hundreds of teachers, coaches, and leaders in schools around the world to help them create thriving and sustainable instructional coaching programs. And I'm on a mission to help you coach better. Wherever you are in your coaching journey, come learn with me in one of our courses or private mentoring packages designed just for instructional coaches. Join our global Coach Better community and find all of our resources for instructional coaches on our website at coachbetter.tv. If you have a question you'd like to hear us answer, please leave a comment below, join our Coach Better Facebook group, or find us on social media and send me a DM. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel here on YouTube to catch all of our latest episodes. This video is designed for experienced coaches who are ready to start thinking about how they can further develop their coaching practice. If you're new to coaching and you're curious about the skills that new coaches need to be successful, check out this video here. If you want to be part of these conversations, come join us in our courses for coaches. You can find all of the options specifically designed for your level of coaching experience at coachbetter.tv/learn. This is a highlight from one of our favorite episodes from a previous season featuring our mentors from the Coach Certificate and Mentorship Program, Diana, Maggie, and Kristen, talking about the ways that experienced coaches can take their skills to the next level. I'll be back at the end of the clip to share my thoughts on this segment too. I'm sharing this clip from this conversation because sometimes as experienced coaches, we're not actually sure what we need to do to develop our practice. We can be so close to the work that we're doing that we can't see the big picture. This is one of the reasons why our courses for coaches are so great. We provide the big picture context and allow you to personalize the next steps for your learning. And we have a brand new opportunity designed specifically for experienced coaches who are ready to lead coming up in the next semester. Our course is called Coaches as Leaders. If this is you and you've been a coach for several years and you're ready to start leveraging your leadership skills that you've learned in your role, come join us in Coaches as Leaders. You can find all the details at edurolearning.com/CAL. If you're not sure if Coaches as Leaders is right for you, take our free quiz to find out if you're ready based on your level of coaching mastery. When you complete the quiz, you'll receive a tailored playlist of Coach Better episodes plus curated resources designed just for your level of coaching experience so you can take the next step in your coaching journey. Take the quiz at edurolearning.com/strive. Okay, let's hear from Maggie, Kristen, and Diana about how experienced coaches can take their practice to the next level. When you've been in a coaching position for a while, what do you think, either in your experience or in working with clients, working with others, what do you think takes your practice to the next level? And I'm asking this question specifically because I think coaching is I think all positions are this way, but especially coaching, it's the kind of position where we can just keep growing. Like there is just so much potential for this role. You can lead into your leadership skills. You can lead into your relational skills. You can lead in so many different directions as a coach. So Maggie, thinking about your growth as a coach, as a professional over the years, what are the kinds of skills that once you feel confident navigating coaching conversations, maybe advocating for your position, you've got that part down. What are the things that take coaching to the next level?
Okay. Well, for me, I would say I very intentionally practiced coaching conversations. So I can remember traveling to school in a taxi with another coach at school, and we would actually practice coaching conversations with each other because I think that's helpful in a safe environment. What we also did was to record ourselves having coaching conversations, and we actually played back the videos and looked carefully at things like our body language. At times, we even would turn the sound off just so that we were observing rather than listening. Yeah. So that was kind of an interesting thing to do. I think as well, it's going deeper. So one of the things that I learned about is different states of mind. and actually coaching for the state of mind rather than the actual thing that somebody feels that they want to do. So It's being able to identify, is it that the person actually feels that they're lacking in craftsmanship and that they need a conversation around a tool or a strategy or an approach? Or is it that the person that you're coaching actually lacks that sense of self-efficacy? So maybe the coaching conversation has to bolster that. Or is it that, the person that you're having a conversation with wants to go it alone? And maybe the conversation needs to be more about interdependence and how, other people in the team can be really helpful to, help the person achieve what it is that they want to achieve. So I think it's going again beyond they're coming to you with something and they want to talk about it, for you to actually go deeper into their state of mind and see what is going to be helpful to them in order to help them decide for themselves the best way to move forward.
Gold. I do want to point out, I really appreciate the role play and the practicing coaching conversations and the recording and watching back. That is also part of the coach certificate and mentorship program, because we have you go through a coaching cycle and document that experience. And I know the coaches that are in the program that really do that, like with, intention and purpose, and watch themselves back going through coaching conversations. Whew, that's an eye opener. And a lot of times as a mentor in the program, they'll send me like all their video, even though they'll only include a little bit in the final project that we do. And it is so great to see yourself coaching, also for me to see clients coaching in action and be able to go through the reflective process. What are we doing right here at this moment? Why does that cause him to, turn and cross his arms? And what happened when you said this and that he went around to face you again? Like all, dissecting that, I think, is like gold. And when we're talking about taking your practice to the next level, that's a space of uncomfortable growth. And that's where you're moving.
At one point, Kim, I actually scribed everything that was on the video. And then I went back and I reflected on how might I have, responded to that in a different way? What might I have said to have provoked even greater depth of thought? So that was really helpful as well.
Two fabulous techniques. Kristen, I'm sure you have something you want to jump in on.
Yeah, I agree with everything Maggie said, all of those little practices. I think when you can, as you mentioned, Kim, you get into this place where you're like, okay, I'm feeling pretty good about this. And you move into that next metacognitive level where you take the time for your own reflection instead of just holding space for your coachee to do the reflecting. How are you thinking about the questions you're asking, your own body language, how much you're talking versus how much the coachee is talking? I was in a coaching conversation once with a high school English teacher, and we were just having this wonderful conversation about this unit he had coming up. And all of a sudden I stopped and I said, I am being a terrible coach. And he's like, what? I was like, I'm doing all the talking because I'm so excited. Like, let me stop and dial this back and ask you some questions. But I also think having a community to engage with, finding other coaches, oftentimes, this kind of goes into the next question, but coaches are alone in their buildings or in their divisions, or maybe there's only two of you and it's divided elementary, secondary or something, but finding people who are having similar experiences that you can talk to, that you can learn from. What are people reading? Sharing articles, just bouncing ideas off of each other to help to take you to that next level. But the holding space for that intentional reflection, I think, is really, really key.
Beauty. And you hit on another point I want to highlight in the coach is that we always host global cohorts. So you have a community of coaches to bounce ideas off of, to learn with. And one of my favorite things is watching people connect and support each other. I love being a mentor in the program. I love having our global cohort meetings. I love being able to give feedback to people. But when people start giving feedback to each other and they realize they're building a community of support within the global cohort of the program, that to me is like gold right there, because now you have a community that's going to take you beyond the 1 year of this program. You're going to be connected to these people, as long as you want. So I really appreciate that. And I think that is where my growth comes, is in conversations like these, when I'm talking to other coaches that have similar experiences to me, and we can bounce ideas off each other. I really appreciate that. Diana.
So I think for me, like my own experience in, as I develop more and more experience as a coach, we kind of start in that kind of what do I do to improve myself? So I was thinking too, is like once you're feeling more confident and more motivated, you're getting more skills in your working with teachers or admin or whoever in the school community, is then building that capacity in others. We often talk about like coaching strategies are not just for coaches. I have some people in the group that I'm working with that the title is not coach. They're a PYP coordinator or they're a team leader, that type of thing. So once you are more comfortable in your role, is building that maybe in peer coaching or building out that, finding people to develop as leaders in their teams or in the school. So I think one way you can do that, taking kind of the next step, is kind of that next step out from yourself of building that capacity in others and encouraging them to be in the way that they have conversations. And I think that's really, especially if you're being very clear in your school or your organization about what coaching is and is how we do that, everybody can be coaching each other as well. So I think that's really a great step for somebody as they're moving in their role and their experience as a coach.
And that's kind of leveling up the coaching program or practice that you have, or the coaching culture that you have in your school community, right? Like maybe it starts with you as a coach working with individuals, but when you start building capacity out beyond what you as the coach can do individually, that's when you start creating this culture of coaching, building coaching community, because now it goes beyond just what you as an individual are doing. Nice. Hi, coaches. I'm back with my thoughts. These tips shared from Maggie, Kristen, and Diana are so powerful because they are the foundation of developing a sustainable growth practice for you as an instructional coach. When you learn how to intentionally reflect on your coaching practice on a regular basis, you can begin to be more strategic in identifying the skills you need to develop. As you look back on your coaching conversations, as Maggie suggests, you'll see specific areas for improvement in your coaching skills, so you can work towards development in that area. Whether it's through professional learning opportunities like our courses for coaches, or working with another coach for support like I offer in private mentoring packages, or even just practicing certain elements of a coaching conversation with a colleague on your campus. Continuing to build your coaching skills can also help you develop coaching capacity in others, as Diana mentions. When you're a single coach in a school, it's unlikely that you'll be able to work with every single person yourself. Finding ways to connect teachers to each other to support the development of peer coaching can extend, as one of my clients, Kelly, calls them, your coaching arms. Building the capacity of your teachers can really help you develop a coaching culture in your school. We have another video about this topic that I'll link up here for you. And in phase 3 of the Thrive model that we use in the Coach Certificate and Mentorship Program, we focus on building a coaching community so you can scale the impact you're making as an individual coach. This is also a big focus of the Coaches as Leaders course, because this is what you're ready for when you're an experienced coach. As Kristen points out, one of the challenging parts of a coaching role is that coaches are often alone in their building or division, and it can be really hard to find other coaches for support. That's why our courses are always offered in a global cohort model, so you can build a community to learn with that extends well beyond the duration of the course. It's essential for everyone, especially coaches, to have a community for support. Being a coach requires a huge investment in energy, a constant refinement of practice. One of the best ways to do this is to be connected with other coaches, and you can do that in our courses for coaches and our global community. If you are ready to dig deeper into being more intentional in your coaching practice, join us for one of our courses for coaches. Start by trying out one of our free workshops where you'll be able to dig deeper into the concepts we talked about today and get a peek at our courses for coaches. We have workshops and courses designed to support coaches at every level of their career, from new and aspiring coaches making the move from classroom to coach, to current coaches ready to be more intentional and strategic in their practice, to experienced coaches leveraging their coaching experiences to lead. You can find them all on our Coach Better website at coachbetter.tv/workshops. Wherever you are in your coaching journey, we can support you. If you're curious right now and you have questions, please reach out. You can leave a comment below. You can join our Coach Better Facebook group, or you can find us on social media at Eduro Learning and send me a DM. I'd love to support you on your coaching journey. See you next time.